Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're well, I hope you're blessed, I hope you're living life. So today I'm doing Igbo Proverbs part 2. Okay, so I've done part 1, it's on my channel, and I'll also leave the link to that video in my description box as well. So I follow Chioma Ekoma on LinkedIn, and only because I love the way that she carries the Igbo, and then she teaches Igbo with so much ease, and she makes it very accessible, which is what I'm trying to do as well, but in a more orally version. So yeah, so a few months ago, like I said, part 1 of this video I posted, and I just thought it was a really nice thing to teach people how to pronounce these famous Igbo proverbs. So I was very pleased and happy to see that she kind of started a series that she was posting Igbo proverbs every day for the month of March. I reached out to her and I commended her for what she was doing. So in this video, I'll be following the proverbs that she posted with the intention to teach you how to pronounce these words and say it correctly. So basically, she writes and it helps me with my reading, and then I'm here to help you to say these words or say these phrases and say these proverbs and sentences correctly. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe as well if you want to see more of my Igbo videos and everything else that I have to offer. Okay, so let's get right into it. So the first proverb I'm going to teach you how to say today is akanri kwa akekba. Akekba kwa akanri. Okay, so akanri is your right hand, akekba is your left hand. Okay, so what this says, what this means, the literal translation is literally if the right hand washes the left hand, then the left hand in turn will wash the right hand. So imagine you're washing your hands, right? So this is how you go. So the left hand will wash the right hand, and then so it's like you're helping each other. So I guess the English equivalent to this proverb is basically scratch my back and I scratch yours, you know. So if you help me, I help you, and it makes life easy, and then we do our own thing. So yeah, help me, I help you, scratch my back, I scratch yours, you know. The right hand helps the left hand helps the right hand, if that makes sense. So that's basically the first proverb. Akanri, 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 your right hand. Akanri, kwo is wash, to wash, the verb to wash. Akanri kwo akekbe, akekba. Is it ekba or ekbe? Akekba. Kwo akekba, your left hand. Akanri kwo akekba. Akekba kwo akanri. So the next proverb is Obugi ka akilu si ada ka o si atọ. Obugi ka akilu si ada ka o si atọ. So akilu is bitter kola, okay? Akilu is bitter kola, and the literal translation is the way bitter kola sounds is not how it tastes. So I don't know if you guys know bitter kola or if you've ever eaten bitter kola before, but if you bite into bitter kola, like, it's extremely crunchy, and when you hear the crunchy sound, it's appealing, you want to try. And then when you try the bitter kola, and then the bitterness gives you one slap, like bosa. So when you bite into it and somebody hears it, the crunch is really appealing. You want to be like, it tastes crunchy, I want to try. And then you try, and then the bitterness slaps you, it gives you 1 below 7 apples, and then you're back to reality. Okay, so what that is just to say is everything is not as it seems, or things are not always as it seems. So another way to say it is like, all that glitters is not gold. Okay, so don't get carried away by appealing things, because it might not necessarily be what you're seeking and what you're expecting. So the next proverb is nwata akwọ n'azụ amaghị na ije tere anya. Nwata akwọ n'azụ amagi nije tere anya. Some people say anya or aka. It means like the distance is long. So the literal translation is the child that is carried on the back does not know that the journey is far. Okay, I'm gonna repeat it again so you can repeat it after me, or you can say along with me. Mwata akwo n'azụ amagi n'ije tere anya, or you can say nwata akwo n'azụ amagi n'ije tere aka. Nwata is child, akwo n'azụ, the child that is being carried on the back, that is being packed. Amagi does not know, nije the journey, tere anya or tere aka is long, the journey is far. So it literally means the person you're doing something for most likely will not know how hard what you're doing is. So if you're the person, you know where it's pinching you, you're the one putting in the effort. The person that is being carried along might not necessarily know how difficult it is for you to be there. It's like typically, like you hear our parents say, just because you're not the one providing the money for these things, I don't think you understand how hard it is to go out there and make money and buy these things in the house, and then for you to misuse it. So yes, so the child, the person that is being brought along does not know how hard things are. So if you're not the one necessarily doing the hard work, you might not appreciate the effort that it takes to do what is being done. Just because you're not the one providing the money for resources and things in the house doesn't mean that you have to waste them. So, or they do not appreciate the effort that it takes to provide this thing. Hence, when your parents tell you switch off the TV, go and switch off the lights. Electricity bills are high. Electricity bills are high. Switch that damn thing off. Do you guys what I'm saying? It's electricity bills on the rise, my dear. So just because you're a child, you have to appreciate other people's effort. Okay. The next one is okukonyo. Okay. So the next proverb is okukonyo ahoro ala chuwayoso. This is funny, but it makes sense. Okuko is chicken or hen. Okuko nyoa horo ala achowayoso. So the literal translation is, if a chicken farts, the ground that was once comfortable for it will start pursuing it. That's the literal translation for it. And I don't know if that is actually what happens in reality of when chicken actually farts and then they start running. I haven't. I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know if a chicken farts, it starts running, because anyways, that's what the proverb says. When a chicken farts, okay, the ground that is on, that was once comfortable for it to walk on, will start pursuing it because it wants to run away. So that's just to mean, like, when something if someone does something bad, their bad conduct will make them uncomfortable. That's just to say, when someone misbehaves, they tend to isolate themselves because they're ashamed or they don't want to be judged. Yeah, so to avoid that, just have sense and do the right thing, so you don't start having to run unprovoked.
Why are you running? Why are you running?
Okay, so you don't want to be running when no one is chasing you, so you just do the right thing and be upright and live an upright life. Try to live a life that you are proud of, and not a life that you're going to be running away from because you feel ashamed. Okay, so the next proverb is ukwa rogeya oda. Ukwa rogeya oda. Ukwa is breadfruit. Okra is a popular food in Igbo land. Like a lot of the food that we eat, the natural food, the organic food, has a season. So okwa rogeya or da, the translation means when is the due season, the breadfruit would fall, because the tree of the breadfruit is very, 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 very high. It's just like a tall tree. So when it's time and it falls, and when it falls, it makes a loud sound like doom. You can hear it from a distance. So, and okwa is not a fruit that you will pluck down. So it falls when it's ready. So so what is this proverb trying to say? So it says like everything happens in its own time. There is a time for everything. Everything has its due time and its due season. It's almost like saying like let nature take its course. So things are gonna happen when it's time to happen. So you don't force it, and just go by the moment and just enjoy yourself. And that's what I say, like you have to enjoy yourself. I don't know why I always say enjoy yourself in everything that I say, but yes, enjoy yourself, because there's time. Also, there's time for everything. Okay, there's time for everything. Don't push things, don't stress things, don't force things, because when it's time, it's time. Okay, there is time for everything. Everything happens in its due time, its due season. Do you understand? When is the time? The time will happen. The last one, because I don't want this video to be too long, the last proverb is ebe onyo soruru ka onye ije ga-eru. Ebe onyo soruru ka onye ije ga-eru. The literal translation: the destination of the person that runs is also the destination of the person that walks. So that is to say, whether you're running or you're walking or you're crawling, you're still going to end up at the same spot. It's still going to end up at the same place. It might not necessarily be the same time, and that is just, if you put that in context and you're trying to apply this proverb in reality, run your race according to your capacity, according to your ability, and according to your integrity. Okay, so don't compare yourself to people, because at the end of the day, you're doing what is good for you, what is best for you, and what you can afford. So the person that runs wants to run, you know, doesn't, you might get there faster, but you're gonna get there eventually. Okay, so, and just because they get there faster doesn't mean that they're the better, because they're in a haste to get there, as opposed to the person that walks. The person that walks actually enjoys the journey, you know, breathes the air, looks around, be able to appreciate the scenery. But the person that's running is running to get to the destination. So just because you get there faster and quicker doesn't necessarily mean you've had the best experience, and just because you get there slower doesn't also mean that you're late. So it just means that is your time. So yeah, that is basically it. So everything happens for a reason. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you practice it and actually write it down and actually start using it as well. I said actually so many times. I hope you practice it, write it down, and try to use it and implement it in your speech and in your writing as well. So yes, I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure you comment, like, share, and do the most important thing, which is to subscribe, so you can be able to see when I upload new videos. Click the bell button as well. And yes, thank you guys so much, and I will see you in my next one. Okay, bye.